Good morning, Flip Fam. How you doing? So, life isn't going as it should be. Hey, you all know that. You all know that. People who think it's important to control other people have instituted weird means of control. And all those are based on fear. There's not one measure that government institutions instill or install or instill, which one, is based on fact. No, it's based on the fear. The fear of non-compliance. The fear of consequence. You know, it's crazy to see you got all these politicians worried about something they cannot even prove. They cannot even scientifically, you know, they cannot show any science that would validate the measures they are taking right now. The amount of people dying is no different than any other flu. So there is no reason to call this a pandemic. I would actually go so far to say that less people have gotten the flu. So what the fuck are you doing? You know, and the worst thing is that, you know, if it's this or that or the other, when you ask for scientific evidence, scientific proof, you know, they don't give it. They never give it. They didn't give it for 9/11. They don't give it for shit. And the people voting for politicians, you should do some homework. Politicians never gave you any fucking thing. Not one bit of history is scientifically backed. Like every measure government takes, you know, if you go back to Pearl Harbor or the murder of Franz Ferdinand, you go back anywhere, you know, you always see it's government escalation. It's government doing something to provoke or escalate, then it escalates. And then the government jumps in and says, oh, we didn't know. Well, that's not true. They were lazy, not paying attention, or outright instigating something. Or their buddies in, you know, the industrial military complex, which encapsulates probably every single industry in the world. You know, from toys to educational books. And they all live off our labor, our tax. And we never asked for all that. No, they instituted themselves and then placed themselves in a position where they could threaten you. We didn't ask for daddy government. They installed themselves by being the violent mob, just as today. So, understand that you don't owe allegiance to government. Because let's say, they have nullified themselves. Even if you believed any fucking thing they told you, they lost all that. Look for any fucking scientific evidence. Whether it be the globe, the pandemic, 9/11, Osama bin Laden, Gulf of Tonkin, it's all manufactured. It's all fucked up. You know, government set up things like the Dutch government set up the Dutch soldiers going to Srebrenica. And they knew, or they should have known, because we pay them, you know, and believing in government back then, that they do the things according to the rules, but they didn't. They put our soldiers into a minefield of international law, which the government didn't give a fuck about. But a lot of people died because the soldiers were just following orders, but the wrong orders, from the wrong institution, from the wrong hierarchy. And right now, all the fucking cops, all the fucking politicians, all the fucking administrators are doing the same fucking thing. You're following the wrong orders. If you believe in this crap going on right now, you just live befehl is befehl. And people can take this for a while, but don't think they're gonna take it forever. And it's really sad if you have to push us that far.